I think sometimes we get tunnel vision on our road to agility. We focus on things that are important but at the same time are totally useless unless we keep our eyes on the prize. Things like metrics, for example. It can play a great part in being more predictable in our delivery, helps identify areas for improvement, but if all we're doing is delivering faster rubbish to customers by having slick working teams, then what's the point in that? End result, the outcome isn't good for anyone. So, no matter what flavour of Agile you're using, it's totally useless unless you're doing this one thing. What is it? Well, let's talk about it. Now, if you follow this channel, you'll know that I'm a big fan of flow metrics, cycle time throughput, limiting your work in progress. Now check this video out if you want to know why. But even though they are great, they are not going to save you unless you're doing this one thing. And we all know that we need to work closely with customers to truly understand what's needed. But how many of us are really doing this? How many of us work with customers on a daily, even hourly basis to discover and shape the product or service? Now for me, unless you're doing that, then in the words of the great Metallica, nothing else matters. You need to start delivering value and positive outcomes to customers regularly and early. Now you might be thinking, duh, obviously, but are you doing it and do you know how? Well, I'll tell you exactly how shortly, but the whole point of what we're trying to do should be customer focused. The goal isn't to be agile, and frankly, who cares about that? And customers certainly don't. We need to be delighting customers with wonderful products and services that they actually want and need. It's the first principle in the Agile Manifesto. You can do all the other 11 principles and the 4 values, but unless you do this one thing, satisfying the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software, it won't make a difference what you do, you're going to fail. And delivering fast, efficient, reliable, on time and budget, high quality rubbish isn't going to help anyone. So, how do you do this and what does it look like in practice? Well, you need direct contact with the people who are going to use this product or service, and that means bringing them into the team that are developing this thing, becoming an extended part of the team. They should be joining the team's key events. So, for example, if you're doing Scrum, they should be part of the daily Scrum, the sprint planning, review, and retro. But more than that, they should be working with you to develop this thing on a daily, even hourly basis. If you're not doing this, Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, or equivalents, that's on you. You should have spotted this anti-pattern and done something about it. So what exactly? Speak to the product owner, explain the problem and its consequences, and persuade them to bring the customers in because that's their responsibility. Now, you've heard of MVP, right? Minimum viable product. Well, a customer needs to shape that with you. And most people are doing MVP so wrong, so very, very wrong. Let me explain. MVP isn't supposed to be your first release. It's something you work on with your customers in quick, small experiments to test assumptions, which you'll then iterate on quickly and inspect and adapt with your customer, and that will lead you to your first release. Now, have you heard of Humphrey's Law? George William Humphrey. He was a psychologist, author, and philosopher. He wrote The Story of Man's Mind and Thinking, an Introduction to Experimental Psychology. Now, Humphrey's Law states that the user will never know what they want until after the system is in production, and maybe not even then. So, you can't do MVP and then show it to the customer. It's too late. They've got to be an integral part of its development. And let's not forget the complexity belief from Simon Power's definition of the Agile mindset. I'll drop a link to that in the description below. It's definitely worth reading if you haven't already. Now, complexity belief states that many of the challenges we face are complex adaptive problems, meaning that by trying to solve these problems, we change the nature of the problem itself. Now, an MVP is not a product with a chopped down list of features. It's a process that you repeat over and over again with your customers in short iterations. I think MVP is one of the most misunderstood concepts within organizations and teams. Now, sometimes what you'll discover as you go through this process with the customer is that the product or service doesn't work or isn't needed. And this is a good thing because you've just discovered this quickly as you've involved the customer right at the start doing small experiments. You've just saved yourself a heap of cash from not following through on a bad idea. This is what failing fast means. You need the balls to be able to quickly pivot. Discovering this after 6 months is no good. By then you've lost a load of money. Plus, you've lost time to market on new opportunities against your competition. The whole point of being agile is to get organizations to deliver regularly the right product or service to the customer at the right time, creating value for them, being able to change quickly based on feedback and market conditions, and doing all of this faster than competition to gain competitive advantage. Now, working closely with the customer enables you to discover what is actually needed. By bouncing ideas off each other and de-risk sending a product or service out to the world that isn't wanted or needed, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars along the way. So, If there's one key vital takeaway, it's to involve your customer early and regularly, working with them as part of your team. Let's not get myopic about delivery, process, frameworks, and all the rest. Focus on the only thing that matters, the customer. Did you know that happier people work better? Well, they do. Check this video out to see why and what you can do to help. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great Christmas and have a wonderful new year. Stay safe, stay humble, and I will see you next Thursday for another Agile Thought.